What's up, people? This is Matt with BuyHDBeats.com coming at you with a tutorial in regards to in relation to, I should say, a blog post that I put on BuyHDBeats.com. I want to be helping people out as much as possible, and the article just talks about one of the best mixing advice or tips that I got that I love to use. And basically it was that mixing with your ears is really important. It's super easy to get caught up in fancy plugins and looking at the screen, and it's fun, it's cool. I mean, if you're an engineer, if you're someone that likes gear, I mean, you nerd out on this stuff like I do. But basically what this is talking about is try and take 15-20 minutes a day and just listen to sounds and ask yourself questions before you go into the listening. Shut off your mind, close your eyes, and see if you can get some answers. Whether it's one sound and you're just wondering, how it is, or if you're listening to your favorite band, ask yourself, where's that bass? Like, where's the bass guitar? What does it sound like? Is it soft? Is it gritty? Is it up front? Is it in the back? Well, most of the time they're right in the middle, but how far back is it in relation to some of the other instruments? You can ask yourself anything. It's just about learning something. If you do that, you almost every time you walk away and you notice something, and it's a lot of fun. I find it a lot of fun. One of the other tricks that you can do is basically doing a filter sweep and just kind of listening to how things sound. Here's a beat that I'm working on. It's not complete or anything. It should be up on our site probably in a week and a half or so, I'd say. But it's just here. We'll take a listen first without, just see how it is. This is more of a breakdown part, but whatever. I will go here to the main part. Okay, so you get the point. It's a beat. Anyways, you heard that brass. You hear the brass at the beginning. Well, what we're going to do, let's say that the brass, we're starting off with EQ and the brass, or you just want to listen to the brass and figure things out. What I like to do is, I'll turn that on, and what I like to do is I like to sweep the frequencies. What I do is a pretty narrow Q. Q is how big this space is, basically how much it lets through if you're adding, or how much, if you're subtracting, how much it takes out. And anyway, so what I like to do is just kind of sweep around and listen. You can isolate the sound, or you can put it in with the mix. For an example, what I'm doing here is I made this brass sound a little crappy, right? So that we can actually subtract, it out so that you can see how it works. Just assuming that this sound did sound crappy. All right, so let's take a listen. We're just gonna let it run through, and what I'm gonna do is first I'll let you hear it without doing anything here, and then we'll try and find the bad frequency, pull it out, and see if it sounds better. Okay, here we go. Do a sweep. That's pretty bad. There's a few spots on here. You can hear how that got better. I mean, it basically, it really helped. Here, I'm gonna bypass it so that you can hear it without it and then with it. Check it out. This is with it off. This is with it on. Bypassed. So you can just hear how it cleans up the Sonic's picture. And you know what? I mean, this is great for, and I'll do another tutorial of this all on its own. Is lots of people, they're like, hey, how do I make the low end sound really good? What they'll do is they'll start just pumping up their kick drum and pumping up the everything, and they'll just make this a big mess down in the low end. And I'll tell you what, there's a great tip for that. Basically, just high pass filtering most instruments that don't live. You bring things out of the way so that other things can pop out and live there. And sometimes that's a lot better than just pushing something up, just raising frequencies. That's going to really cause more trouble and problems. That's in my mind. But again, there's no rule of thumb. You can do anything you want. Whatever sounds good. That's what's important. But this is just a tip I wanted to share. If you could like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, go on our Twitter, whatever, etc., all that jazz. We do have free beats if you guys are looking for those. They have tags, but you can mess around with them. And you can get on our mailing list where you'll find out more stuff about what we're teaching here, because this is what we're wanting to do. I want to share a lot. So check us out, BuyHDBeats.com. I appreciate it. Thanks for spending some time with us. Aloha.